a Republican representative who received a letter from a 10-year-old for a classroom assignment. And she ended up basically just going ham on him in the letter, the response letter, saying that your teacher shouldn't be basically just something that you would never think to send to a 10-year-old child, a grown woman, older woman. But let's get over into it.
Last month, a fourth grade class in Greensboro, North Carolina, received a simple assignment from their teacher. Write a persuasive essay on the topic of your choosing and then send it to someone in a position of authority. Basic elementary school civics. Well, 10-year-old Christian Mango chose a topic he was passionate about, electric vehicles. I'm passionate about that too. Specifically, tax rebates for EVs that the Trump administration eliminated. And he thought the White House should bring them back.
We should have a $5,000 tax rebate for electric cars because they're better than normal cars. They're better for the environment. You pay less and there's no gas.
Christian says he's worried about climate change, and so he sent his essay to Congresswoman Republican Virginia Foxx. And Congresswoman Foxx responded. First, she thanked Christian for his letter, and then things took a turn. She sent the 10-year-old boy a list of articles from conservative outlets like Fox News and the National Review for his, quote, perusal about the disastrous record of policies enacted to address climate change. Fox then went on to lecture the child about the national debt and insult the teacher who gave him the assignment. Christian read part of the letter for a local news station.
Ask your teacher to explain propaganda to you, but I will never be able to know. My guess is that your teacher will not be able to give you a good educational experience by helping you to be able to think as they are too interested in indoctrinating you. How sad.
This is something she sends to a 10-year-old child. Now, no matter how you feel about what he's asking, remember, this is a 10-year-old child simply doing a school assignment of something he's passionate about. Climate change. Okay. I know a lot of kids who are passionate about it. He knew about the tax rebate and had a question. You could have explained your point of view without being heartless and then coming after his teacher. You are a grown woman. Let's keep going into this.
Yes, that is what Congresswoman Foxx wrote to the fourth grader. Let me read you that part of the letter again. Incidentally, please ask your teacher to explain propaganda to you. Well, I will never be able to know. My guess is your teacher will not give you a good educational experience and help you learn to think as they are too interested in indoctrinating you. How sad. After asking his mom to help explain what the hell his 82-year-old representative was on about, Christian says he was upset that she attacked his teacher, who, to be clear, didn't choose the topic of the essay. It was an unhinged response from Fox to one of the most banal aspects of being an elected representative. Kids write their elected representatives letters all the time. They go visit classrooms. They give tours of the Capitol. They speak at graduations. Generally, as a rule, the Congress people don't insult the children. But this is Virginia Foxx we're talking about, a true zealot who was MAGA before there was ever such thing as MAGA. It's worth remembering when you hear, oh, so many congressional Republicans are secretly against Trump and embarrassed by his behavior. Maybe true for a handful across the House and the Senate, but many, many more are just like him.
This is a crazy situation. Let's go over to the next video where we hear how the mother felt about this.
When Representative Foxx attacked him and attacked his teachers and said that his teachers were indoctrinating him with propaganda, how do you even explain that to a 10-year-old?
You just heard from a furious Greensboro mom quoting what a North Carolina congresswoman wrote in a letter to her 10-year-old son, Christian Mango. He's a fourth grader at Canterbury School in North Greensboro. This is the Fox 8 10 o'clock news. I'm Katie Nordine.
And I'm Neil McNeil. After his teacher assigned his class to write a persuasive essay on a topic of his choice, Christian decided to write about why the federal government should provide tax rebates to those who buy electric vehicles. He then decided to mail a copy of his essay to North Carolina Republican Congresswoman Virginia Foxx, whose 5th district stretches from the mountains to the northern suburbs of the Piedmont Triad, including the bulk of Greensboro.
Well, needless to say, Fox's response wasn't what Christian or his mom expected. Fox 8's Justin Lundy spoke with both of them. Justin joins us here in the studio. So Justin, did Christian understand the language she used in her response?
Christian says he had to ask his mom to explain some of the words Representative Foxx used because they were too advanced for his vocabulary, but he did say once his mother explained to him what Foxx said, he was upset his teacher was targeted.
2038 is only 12 years away, and you and your classmates will be responsible for the debt.
A message from Republican North Carolina Congresswoman Virginia Foxx that was sent to 10-year-old Christian Mango. Christian says certain words she said,
I could understand like half of it, not all of it.
His mother, Emily Mango, says the reply from Foxx was in regards to an assignment from Christian's teacher at Canterbury School in Greensboro.
Christian and his class, they're in fourth grade, they wrote a persuasive essay of their choosing, and they mailed it off to a representative, a CEO, whoever the decision maker was that could be influential in hearing their persuasive essay points.
Christian says the topic he chose,
We should have a $5,000 tax rebate for electric cars because they're better than normal cars. They're better for the environment, you pay less, and there's no gas.
Christian says in April he mailed the essay to Foxx in a Canterbury school envelope with fourth grade on the return address. A few weeks later, the school received this letter from Representative Foxx via email. While the Congresswoman thanked the 10-year-old for contacting her, she disagreed with his proposal. Foxx cited 6 articles from news organizations such as Fox News and Wall Street Journal. But towards the end of her response, she attacked Christian's teacher.
Ask your teacher to explain propaganda to you, but I will never be able to know. My guess is that your teacher will not be able to give you a good educational experience by helping you to be able to think as they are too interested in indoctrinating you. How sad.
After Christian's mother explained to him what Foxx's response meant, the 10-year-old says he's upset Foxx went after his teacher when Christian was the one who chose the topic of his essay.
I think that was wrong.
And why?
Because the school didn't do anything.
Emily Mango slammed Foxx's response on social media and is now demanding an apology.
When Representative Foxx attacked him and attacked his teachers and said that his teachers were indoctrinating him with propaganda, how do you even explain that to a 10-year-old in fourth?
See, at the end of the day, she knows what she did was wrong. Because, okay, even if you disagree with what the 10-year-old is asking or saying, you simply explain how you feel about it. That, one, you don't think that the maybe I'm assuming she doesn't believe in climate change, and just explain how you feel about the tax credit. Simply, for a 10-year-old to understand. Don't make it so hard to understand where his mother has to explain it to him. He wrote you a simple letter asking you about the tax credits. You could have been like, well, I understand how you feel, but I do not believe in climate change, or whatever she wanted to say, and say that I don't feel that the tax credit is necessary because it's really coming from ordinary people who have to pay for it. And that would have been it. But and then at the end, thank you for your letter. Continue to do your research on different topics. And if you ever have any questions, please always feel free to send me a letter. What is so hard about that for a 10-year-old child? But nah, she had to say your school is indoctrinating you. Your teachers can't teach. You need to do your research. Send them a bunch of articles of probably got crazy amount of high level words that he would not be able to understand. Instead of just breaking it down in a simple way for a child to understand why you feel a certain way.
Fourth grade, but it's just not okay. We told my son it's not an okay response. Nobody should talk to a child like that, and nobody should attack teachers like that. She crossed the line.
We reached out to Representative Foxx's office about whether she wrote this response or someone else on her team did, and we also asked if she planned and apologized to Christian and his teachers for her remarks, and we're still waiting for a response.
Now the question is, will we see anything?
Justin, thank you. Democratic North Carolina State Senator Michael Garrett, who represents District 27, which includes parts of Guilford County, including areas in and around Greensboro, shared a long posting on his Facebook page about Foxx's response. It reads in part, "We are temporary custodians of these seats. We do not own them. They belong to the people. They belong to the kids in our classrooms. They belong to the boy who put a stamp on an envelope and trusted democracy to answer back. You do not slam the door on a child reaching for democracy. You hold it open, you kneel down, you answer. That is the whole job."
Wow. What are your thoughts on that situation, y'all? Let's go over into the AI breakdown to tell us anything else, but I think we answered everything. No. Oh, yep. So let's get over into that. So as we know, the North Carolina Republican Representative Virginia Foxx faces intense public backlash for a response from the 10-year-old Christian. So she is an 82-year-old congresswoman who used official communication to lecture the child and attack the school system. She told the fourth grader, "Please ask your teacher to explain propaganda to you." Foxx explicitly wrote, "My guess is that your teacher will not give you a good educational experience as they are too interested in indoctrinating you. How sad." She warned the 10-year-old about the rising national debt, stating you and your classmates will be responsible for this debt. The student's mother, of course, has publicly shared the letter on Instagram and slammed the representative. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Now, you're Republicans, however you feel, tell me how you feel about this. Was this an appropriate response? Is this something that she should have done? Let me know your thoughts.